Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Sorry. Well, bless me. Sorry for the loud noise. It is a Jeep. And it's a Jeep with a bad, not bad, shattered steering pump. And today you may be, you probably are looking at the end of an era right now. Bought this Jeep brand new 20 years and 7 months ago. I've literally had zero problems with it. At 16 years old, I spent $1,100 to change the brake lines. 2 weeks after that, I spent $4 on an alternator, and that's been it. Everything else has been maintenance. But when I went in the other day, they said $550 for a steering pump, which is, I didn't care about it. That's nothing. But then he said the CV joints are bad on each axle, and they need to be replaced within the next 6 months. And he gave me and he said the original axles on this vehicle were corroded pretty badly. He quoted me about, with labor, everything goes right and nothing else breaks, $1,000 a piece. So that's $2,000 right there, plus about $600 for a steering pump. That's not even OEM because they don't make them on this truck anymore. So I would have to buy an aftermarket part, which didn't make me happy. And considering this car is almost 21 years old, it's got 240,000 miles on it, and it has a major corrosion problem underneath. It's time to say goodbye, unfortunately. My dealer, Rich Clark from Healy Jeep, told me over 20 years ago, if you do the right thing, chances are the engine and the transmission will outlast the rest of the car. And he was right. I can tell you right now, if I were to park this car out, I could in good conscience sell this engine with 240,000 miles on it. No problem. And I guarantee you, you could probably get another 160,000 miles out of it. Same thing with my transmission. Heck, even the clutch is original. But, this became my primary car when I got it, to my second car, and when I got married and it really got old, it became a spare car. It became a recreation vehicle. It became a car to drive in the snow to go to work, and if someone hit it, or if I hit Bambi, I'd be mad, but I wouldn't really care because it's been well paid off. Or it was a summer vehicle to enjoy the top down, which was my favorite part. Right now, when I did the hammer test on the frame the other day, just last year, I was getting metal on metal. Tap, 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 tap. 3 days ago, when he told me about the axles and the CV joints, I decided, well, let me go see how the frame is doing. And using this hammer, which is not a big hammer, I was getting, in certain spots, then I was getting tap, tap, chip, tap, tap, chip, tap, tap, tap. It started flaking off. Then, by the rear driver tire, where a lot of these connect, I got a tap, tap, crush. This hammer, which is not that big, went right through. And I didn't use a lot of force either. And a whole bunch of frame came apart, and a whole bunch of dirt that's been trapped inside came out. Then I went through on the other side, I got a tap, tap, crush, split. I was like, holy crap. Then as I went down the frame, tap, tap, crush, crush, crush. And I also got plenty of outside corrosion. Also in this vehicle. So, listen, if the frame was okay, if the frame was still solid, nothing crushing, nothing splitting, nothing flaking, and I have all the corrosion on the outside, I tell you what, I would have spent the money to get the power steering pump fixed, and eventually I would have gotten the CV joints fixed and part of the axles. But unfortunately, 21 years of New York winters and road salt and changing the seasons, and not owning a garage has finally caught up to my Jeep. You know, it is what it is. Whole thing must come to an end. I'm there right now. I am heartbroken. I have owned 13 vehicles. I've only owned one Chrysler product, this one. I am not a fan of Chrysler products if you've been watching my videos, with the exception of Jeep Wranglers and Gladiators with a stick shift. And this has been my favorite vehicle. It's been my most dependable vehicle. But in the lock and load book of common sense and financial responsibility, being a family man, it's time to say goodbye. So this could be my last ride. I'm going out to Connecticut, out of state, to a Volkswagen dealer.
6 miles. Keep right on 222 south.
To a Volkswagen dealer to look at a Honda Pilot 2006 Honda Pilot for only $2,400, and it's got 20,000 less miles, and it's 5 years younger than my current Jeep. Again,
Right on 222 south.
this is just a spare car. It's not a primary car. If you've been watching my videos, you know my wife has a Honda Elantra, which is a primary car. Not even 100,000 miles on it yet. And I just bought my CRV, traded my Chevy Cruze in for my CRV 2012 with only 44,000 miles on it. So this has been a spare car, and if I decide I like
4.7 miles on Route 22 south.
if I decide what I like, what I see is what I like out of the Honda Pilot, that'll be my spare car. We'll see. I was looking at around my area, a 2000 Honda CRV for $2,000 had same amount as this, 240,000 miles, but the frame was solid and it passed inspection. Because of the check engine light in my car, it's not going to pass inspection in New York, which is another issue. That's about another $800 right there. So to spend $3,500 on a very rusty car that's worth about $3,500 in good condition, even fair, it's worth about $1,800 on a trade-in. This is not fair condition no more. I mean, because of the frame alone and the corrosion, it's poor condition, and it is what it is. But I was looking at a Honda CRV, another one, 2000, with 240,000 miles with $2,000. And listen, for $2,000 on a solid frame CRV, another one, I didn't care, but that was gone in a heartbeat. So I looked at another car. I looked at a 99 Ford Escort. Yeah, that's right, a 99 Ford Escort wagon. Now you're thinking, oh God, what a deep red. Yeah, but it is what it is. For only $2,500, but it only had 90,000 miles on it. And the Carfax on it was clean. Now those Carfax are not 100%, but still, the pictures on it were immaculate. Now I did question it because it had 3 owners on the title, 3 different owners. I'm like, well, only 3 owners, but that was gone. Like I said, I'm not looking to spend no more than $3,000 at most, tax and everything included. Remember, it's just a spare car. So now I saw this Honda CRV, Honda Pilot pick come across a couple of websites. It wasn't even the Volkswagen dealership. They didn't even put it on their dealership website. They just put it on Car Gurus and Autolist. So I found that. Dealership just opened officially 3 minutes ago. I'll be there by 9:30. Hopefully it's not gone. It's been on the market for about 51 days. According to them, it's marked below $2,500. We'll see. Anyway, if you're looking at a TJ Jeep Wrangler from 1997 to 2006, would I recommend it? Absolutely. This was my favorite generation of Jeeps ever. This was the last of the old American Motors Company kick-ass straight 6 engine. I love this engine. It's got about 200 horsepower, a decent amount of torque, but they run, and they don't break down. And you add in the AMC transmission, the 5-speed manual, which I recommend highly. It goes. The transmission's original. So's my clutch. After almost 21 years. Now, besides that, do I have other problems? Yeah, the AC's in a default position, meaning that no matter where I put it on, it comes through the front defrosters only, which is fine. I don't care as long as it blows hot and cold. But I never once did a recharge of the AC and it worked totally good until the end of August, this past August. So again, I got no complaints. The rear tailgate lock doesn't work. You gotta really play with it to get it open and closed, and it's off alignment because of
6 miles. Turn left on Handle and Hollow Road.
Because of the corrosion on there also. Again, 21 years, New York changed the weather, snow, road salt, and not having a garage, it catches up.
Turn left on Handle and Hollow Road.
But whether you're looking for an off-road vehicle or a recreation vehicle, and you don't mind a piss poor gas mileage because this is a brick on wheels, and you don't mind a loud ride or a bouncy ride, and get one. Don't buy this expecting to get a regular SUV, something like a pickup truck, or you think you're gonna have the ride of a Lincoln or Cadillac. You're not. It is what it is.
Continue 2.7 miles, then turn right on Connecticut 37.
Right now, my Jeep sounds like it's grinding me because of the power steering pump. And any of you were old enough to remember what it's like to drive a car that did not come with power steering, because at one time, that was an option. So were power brakes. That's exactly what it feels like. Again, adds a lot of nostalgia, but that's okay. Would I buy another Jeep in the future? Yep, I definitely plan to buy one when I either when I turn 50, I'll give myself a 50th birthday gift, or when I retire. Now, am I gonna buy a brand new one? I'm not sure, because I love this TJ generation so much. I may look at a 2005 or 6 Unlimited model, which was the expanded two-door model. I love this powertrain. To me, this is everything a Jeep should have been. My registration of this car expires exactly 33 days anyway. I got less than 3/4 of a tank of gas. And by the way, if you maintain the engine, I can tell you right now, the sticker on this said 19 miles a gallon highway. I've been able to get as much as 2021 depending on my driving. I still do. So for all you people who think that not servicing your car or servicing your car dealer ain't worth it, one of the best ways to know that your car is working fine is constantly do an MPG test. Anyway, we'll break the video for now. We'll see what happens when I get there, and I'll let you know what happens. Talk to you later. 2 minutes away from the dealership, stopping for coffee, and something happened in my Jeep that has never happened in 20 years and 7 months. The check gauges light came on the dashboard. I mean, not that I had a bargaining room with this car anyway, Jeep anyway, but it's what it is. But to show you what I've been going through, there you go. And if I wanted to press hard enough, I could easily put my finger through this. See? Look at that. As I said, I'm getting rid of this Jeep anyway within either today or before January 31st. So it is what it is. Corrosion there. Corrosion there. Corrosion there. Tailgate's offline. Corrosion there. Corrosion there. And corrosion there. But this is where it gets really bad. Again, I did the frame test. Again, I'm not exactly using a jackhammer here. And see that? Last year, this was solid on solid steel, although there was a lot of surface rust. The other day, I hit this, and all this split right here. A lot of chips coming off here. The oil pan's got some rust, a lot of rust on it. It's ready to come through. That was going to be replaced. Still solid, but a lot of shit's falling off. But right here, this should not be happening. That's a problem. See, this is all solid. Now the frame is solid, but I mean, the frame was made good, but there was one design flaw. They should have made more of those holes right there along the frame. Because when dirt gets in here and rolled salt gets in there, it stays trapped. Now people have told me they've gotten rid of their Jeeps that were a lot younger, had less miles of mine. And considering I'm in New York and I had changed the seasons and rolled salt, people were impressed. See? That should not be happening. This is not exactly a jackhammer. See this right here? Years ago, a year ago, he said, watch out for this. It's not a safety issue now, but Like you see, it went through. It is what it is, folks. Now let's see if the check gauges lights comes back on, because as I made the turn up the exit here, I heard a loud noise. Alright, right now the check gauges lights off, which is good. It may give me another $100 of bargaining power. We'll see. There he goes. Check gauges. Now I see nothing abnormal going on here. Oil pressure's about the same. Temperature is where it should be. And same with the battery. Now I did hear a loud noise coming off the interstate here. And the loud noise from the power steering pump went quiet. So it didn't sound like I was grinding meat. To put it lightly. But I'm literally about 2 minutes away from the dealer when the check gauges light comes on. It's the first time in almost 21 years that check gauges light has come on for me. Well, do I need another sign of what? That it's time to get rid of the Jeep. Listen, I love my Jeep very much. But you know what I love more? I like my faith in Jesus Christ, and I like the wisdom and knowledge He gives me.
Turn right on Crooked Street, then turn left. Turn left on New Britain Avenue.
And when the frame is that bad,
Continue point 3 miles toward West 245 on right.
one good bump could really do a lot of damage. I could snap the frame in half, depending how bad the rest is that I cannot see. And being I am the family of 2 ladies I love very much, I don't need to get myself killed over a Jeep. And I'm certainly not going to put my wife in this car ever again, or my kid. It would be used as a local car. It would be used from now through January when the inspection ends as a get to work car in bad snowy conditions only. Because after all, if I do get into a wreck or I do hit Bambi, at this point, as much as I love it, it's not a big deal. Alright, here I am.
Arriving at address 245 on right.
At Wrangler Volkswagen in Plainville, Connecticut, which is right outside of Hartford by about 30 miles. So I will stop it here, and I'll talk to you in a little while if I can make a deal. Hopefully. Was the gauges. You see that thing right there? I'm not sure if it's the actual coolant, if it's a temperature thing, if it's the actual radiator that's going bad. I don't think I even make it home right now. And if I did, I'd have to live it back home. So my bargaining power, which was little to begin with, has just gone down even more. I don't need any more signs. Here it is, the pulley wheel from the power steering came off and the belt snapped. That's why the gauge light was going off, because oh boy. The alternator wasn't turning, neither was the coolant system. Well, I'm pretty much trapped here into making a deal. And I'm pretty much sure I'm going to come home with a Honda Pilot today. Stay tuned.
Well, folks, I did not come home with that Honda Pilot, because when I got inside, that Pilot that's supposed to be reserved for me was sold to someone else exactly about, she said about 7 minutes earlier. I was not happy. So I had to limp that Jeep home 70 miles from Plainville, Connecticut, back to my house. And I had to do some very creative driving. Driving in neutral to keep the RPMs down, shutting it off in the middle of the highway and letting it coast, started back on, I got cool again. It was a long 70 miles home, but I got it home, and now I'm trying to decide again, what am I doing with it? Do I donate it to a charity? Do I sell it for parts? Do I just fix the steering wheel, the power steering pump myself, to give myself a little bit more bargaining power? Or do I just buy something locally? Because it seems like all the good deals I see on Car Gurus and all these sites are either in Jersey or Connecticut, not in New York. So stay tuned, everyone. We'll talk to you later.